It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago. And it's 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm MadDog The Pitbull. You're joined as I am each and every week by Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. This is What's the Buzz, America's Best Popcast on Mad Dog Media. Tonight, a very special presidential election special. Tonight, who are these running mates? Where'd they come from? What do they stand for? And why the hell should we be concerned? Now, you should be concerned, by
Yep.
God. Amelia, how are you, Mill?
Doing good, thank you.
So, Mill, let's get right into this
Yeah.
tonight. Let's skip the.
First, I
What
want to
the
say,
hell is that?
thank you. The little gift you got me. I'm gonna show
You're
everybody.
going to show the world that you got a seagull with a French fry
Yes, thank
from
you.
Wildwood, New Jersey. I sent her. I was on
Yeah,
vacation, you guys.
isn't that
I
cute?
sent Pitbull a little keepsake from the Jersey Shore. It's a seagull with a French fry. Now, if
Yes,
you
isn't that
know
cute?
anything about Wildwood, New Jersey,
Yeah.
the seagulls there love French fries and pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and they're always stealing people's fries and pizza. So much so that somebody had the brilliant idea of
Mm-hmm.
making a seagull with a French fry.
Yeah, and there's a little baby with her too.
Okay,
So
that's real nice. Now put it down. We
thank
got a show
you.
to do.
I just want to say thank you again. That was so
You're
cute and
quite
nice.
welcome. I'm gonna smack you with that thing. Anyway, we're going to get into this right now.
Yes.
We have an unusual show
Yeah, very.
in that we're not really talking about the presidential candidates
No.
because God knows that they need all the help they can get.
Yes.
But the running mates, sometimes it's the running mate that can make or break a ticket. So, what do you want to tell me about Tim Walz? What can you tell me about him?
He was really, from what I heard at the Democratic convention, he was just kind of going all over the place. He was not making sense with his speech. People were like, "What is he saying? Why is he talking? Why is he
Yeah.
even there?"
Well, that's a real good question.
And
Why
everybody
is
was,
he there?
yeah, that was what they were saying. And when they had the Republican convention, JD Vance was really well spoken, really like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy really stands for something. He really has been everywhere. He really loves our country, and
Right,
he's a really good oriented family man. He has been really put through the ringer, and this gentleman
right,
knows our country. He's lived our country. He's lived poverty. He's rose from poverty up to where he is now. He's done it on his own, and
okay.
this gentleman knows what we've gone through, and he should be a part of our country. He should run our country. And
Well, I mean, is that what you heard, or is that what you know to be true?
that's what I've known to. That's what I've heard, and that's what I felt from his speech. Because I felt him.
So
I've
you feel like he's genuine?
I feel like he's very genuine because I've lived around a lot of
Hmm,
military family. I
right,
grew up around a military family and around poverty myself and middle class people, and the way he was
right.
smoking, I really could feel where he was coming from.
It's interesting you say that. The funny thing is, and this is a strange thing. It's a strange thing. Most military families, most military families tend to vote Republican.
Yes.
I'm not making this up. You go Google it.
Yes, they do.
This is it's research. You know, it's just research. It's common sense. Just go look.
Mhm.
Um, which is interesting because the last election that we had, um, almost no military families voted,
Yes,
and a
that's true.
Democrat was elected. Um, I don't know how much. I don't know how much he was elected or how much somebody put him there because I'm skeptical. I don't believe.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, folks. Yeah, I don't believe your vote counts, and that's why I don't vote.
Yes,
And
correct.
I haven't voted. I'm going to give myself away. I haven't voted since Ronald Reagan. Okay, since since
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan.
Well, did you
Um,
know that he said that he really despised Donald Trump? He really did not really like Donald Trump at first?
who? Ronald Reagan?
No, JD
Oh,
Vance.
J.D. Vance.
Mhm.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that he changed his mind after he had a conversation with
Yes.
Trump.
Yes, that's true.
But see, here's the thing, though. It's like anything else. If who are you going to believe? You're going to believe the press, or you're going to believe what comes out of the guy's mouth?
Exactly.
And that's why one of the reasons I don't vote.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, the shit that came out of Joe Biden's mouth was enough to keep me away from the voting booth. Okay.
Exactly, like, why? Why are you gonna vote for somebody that's gonna be going this way and then go out that way, say this and then that?
Yeah. Um. So, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota. Um. What's the deal with him then? Where do you think he's at?
I think
Hello. Amelia? We just lost Amelia, folks. She just dropped out the show. I don't know what the hell happened. But in the meantime, we are going to cover our election special, talking about Tim Walz and J.D. Vance, the vice presidential running mates. El Ruffian. Oh, El Ruffian's here. How you doing, brother? Since Ron Paul, oh my God, brother, I loved Ron Paul. His son Rand Paul, I like him too, but I think he's too much a wheeler dealer. Yeah, I haven't voted since Ronald Reagan. That's a true story too. Been a long time since I voted. I don't know if I can. I just don't really know if I can. I have a problem with bullshit, and politicians, Democrat and Republican, they're full of shit. Let's just be honest. Let's speak the truth, okay? They're full of shit. They're all full of shit. They have an agenda. They want to get elected. See, here's what, just to show you how dumb politics is, okay? Donald Trump is a multi-billionaire, okay? He's already spent over $1 billion in advertising, okay? To get a job that pays 500,000 a year. What's wrong with that picture?
hello, I'm back in. I don't know what happened.
Amelia. I was just telling everybody Amelia just disappeared on us.
We both did. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I didn't go nowhere. I was right here talking to El Ruffian.
Oh, really? I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. It like all of a sudden my thing went away. I don't know what happened. A bad connection or something.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, look, it
Okay.
happens.
Well, we have
Um,
thunder lightning here, but anyway, I apologize
so we're
about
just
that.
no problem. We're just talking about. I was just telling everybody why I don't vote. Because
Uh-huh.
it went. Look, the Democrat or Republican.
Mhm.
If it's coming out of their mouth, it's probably bullshit. It's
Mhm.
something to get them elected, and they'll
Yeah.
spend for example, Donald Trump. Right, Donald Trump spent over $1 billion in
Yeah.
advertising.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
to get elected for a job that pays 500,000 a year. Okay, what's wrong with this picture?
and
Kamala Harris is a multimillionaire. She's been in the White House for 4 years.
yes.
In the background, you haven't seen much of her.
No.
I don't think much is going to change, to be honest with you.
But she tells everybody, "Oh, when I get elected, the food prices are so high, I will change that." She's in the White House now. Hello.
She could do that now. Yeah.
She
Why are you
could do
going to
that
wait
now.
till you become president?
Exactly.
She wants, I'll tell you why. It's called the power of the bully pulpit.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
The vice president, honestly, they
Mhm.
have no power.
Yeah, they don't.
The only power she has, and
Mhm.
if you guys think that I'm in any way bullshitting you, please, I encourage you, please check this out. The vice president of the United States has one purpose, to break the tie in the Senate if
Yeah.
there's a tie vote. The vice president is called the president of the Senate pro tem. Okay?
Right.
That's their position. The vice president of the United States is the president of the Senate pro tem. That
Yep.
means the only thing they can do is break a tie and be ready if, God forbid, something happens to the president.
Right. And
They got to step in there.
earlier when you said if anybody was going to vote Democrat or Republican,
Say that again, Neil.
when something happened that it kicked me out, and you were talking about voting either Democrat or Republican,
Yeah.
you want me to?
Oh yeah. Can you? Yeah. Tell everybody. El Ruffian, you're going to love this one, brother. This is living proof.
Yeah, I live in the state of Florida, the good state of
I
Florida.
want to tell everybody
Yeah.
what you're holding in your hand.
Yeah,
Hold them
Go
up.
ahead. Go ahead.
Amelia
Mhm.
is, you're not going to believe this, but only
Yep.
in Florida.
Mhm.
Amelia Chapman is registered as a Republican
Yep.
and
Right
a
here.
Democrat
Yep.
in the state of Florida.
Yep.
She is a registered Republican and a registered Democrat.
Right here.
And the one, okay, this
Yeah.
is the same state that gave us George W. Bush.
Yep.
And why not? Because his brother was the governor
Mhm.
and the brother's mistress was the Secretary of State.
Yeah. When I moved here, it says here 12/14 of 2012, right here.
Mhm.
And I
Right.
showed you these. Remember?
I remember.
Before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. El Ruffing goes, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Guess what, brother? It would
Mhm.
be really hilarious if it wasn't fucking true. It's true.
Yeah, and I can register
And
either one.
not only is it hilarious, it's fucking scary shit.
Yeah. Yeah, just a couple blocks down here where we can where I can vote. It's a democratic thing to vote right here, but I can vote for either Republican or Democrat right here.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't be allowed to vote anyway. Okay? You shouldn't be allowed to vote, period. That's good. Then that's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show. Hey,
Oh my
I'll just
God,
go with that
please.
postman that they saw over there at the cemetery where they did that meme.
That's a
about
whole nother
yesterday.
show. So let me tell everybody who the hell we got here. JD Vance is a Republican
Yes.
from the state of, he was born in Ohio, served Kentucky, actually,
Yes.
and but yeah, he was born in the state of he was born in, I think, Middletown. Was it Middletown,
Middleton,
right?
yes.
We're near somewhere near like Cleveland or Dayton, somewhere.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he spent
Middletown, Ohio, wherever that is.
Yeah, he spent his summers more likely in Kentucky with his
Right.
Mima and Papa, his maternal grandparents, because
Right.
there he felt more safe because his mother was a drug addict and alcoholic. She was married
The
5
other
times.
thing that JD Vance is known for
Mhm.
is scripting a film
Yes.
based on his life called Hillbilly Elegy, and I've
Yes.
seen the film.
Yes.
Glenn Close was in it. Amy, oh God, what was her name?
Wise or something like that. Amy Amy Wise, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember her last name.
No,
But,
oh damn.
can't remember her name.
Yeah, Amy somebody. Anyway,
But
Amy
Ron
Madigan,
Howard directed it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Amy Madigan, is that her name?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ron Howard wanted to direct it so bad. He said, "Yes, as long as I can help you direct it, because I want it to go
Yeah.
this way, this way, this way, because I want it to be my life. I want it to be centered correctly." And he's like,
Breathe. I have to tell Amelia once in a while, folks.
"Well, I'm just
Breathe. There you
excited that he wanted to
Come
show
up
his
for
life."
air.
I'm just so excited because he wanted to show his life because he's a military
Well,
guy.
you
He's
gotta
a
come up
family
for air
man.
because your face is turning red.
Is it really? Because I'm
Yeah,
just
and you
so
got no
upset.
color.
And I got no
You
color.
got one color, folks.
It's my
White.
red for Republican shirt, I guess.
It's
But
white. Amelia's white.
so white.
But no, but So J.D. Vance is a lifelong Republican.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
but he's got an interesting dynamic.
Mhm.
He didn't allow the poverty of Kentucky to
No,
define him.
he did not.
And well, thank you for your commentary. I'll tell everybody in a minute. He didn't allow that to define him, but he also didn't allow his circumstances to define him. He went to college that he could afford. He got jobs that he could take that he knew he could do. And when he got old enough and circumstances were better in his life, he decided to, make a difference in not only his life, but to try to change the lives of the people around him. You know, and that's a good thing. I got to respect a guy like that.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what Tim Walz has done to. Why are you laughing already? I just said his name and you're laughing already. So go ahead, tell everybody about Tim Walz.
Oh, I don't really know that much about him. Who does know anything about him?
Well, that's the whole thing. There's not really a lot to know. He's the governor. Excuse me, folks. He's the governor of Minnesota. Um, Up until 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I had no idea who the hell he was. I only found out recently he was the governor of Minnesota.
How many did
Um,
she have to choose from before she had to actually make the actual choice? Did they, or she just have so many people in mind? Do you know?
well, let me tell you what happened. It's funny that you should bring that up. She made her announcement. Something must have happened.
Hmm.
She made her announcement of vice president in Philadelphia,
Oh, wow.
which is, yeah, oh, wow, is right. Because she was supposed to choose the governor of Pennsylvania, a young guy named Josh Shapiro. And she swerved everybody. It was a curveball.
Wow.
That's why she was supposed to do this in Philadelphia. They set the whole thing up, right? All of a sudden, she announces Tim Walz, and Josh Shapiro looked like somebody just shot his dog.
That's like a slap in the face.
Oh boy. But that's Kamala Harris. She's a piece of shit. Okay. And she's a piece of shit.
Mm,
It's just who she is. She's just a dirtbag. This chick.
yeah.
She'll sell her mother to get what she wants. She's a scumbag. You know, typical Democrat.
Yes.
Well, look, she served under Joe Biden. What does that tell you? Okay,
Right.
she wasn't stupid. This woman, she knew this guy's old. He's either going to die in office or he's going to quit. Well, luckily, thank God he didn't die in office, but he did quit. That means that she's up. She's up the bat.
Yep.
Yep. Yep is right.
That too, or she must have something on this governor too to have him be as vice president. You never know with these.
No,
No.
no.
Hmm.
She knows him.
Mm.
She's a friend of his.
Conspiracy theory mind, I guess. That's how I am going with this.
The conspiracy is that she was supposed to choose one and chose somebody that she knows. Because Josh Shapiro is the kind of guy who's going to say what he wants to say and do what he wants to do. Can't control Josh Shapiro.
Mm.
That's why they didn't take him. You can't control him.
Oh my goodness.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You can't control the guy. So what do
Yeah.
you do if you can't control somebody?
You're gonna go with
You
somebody else.
yeah, absolutely. You distance yourself. This is politics 101. Politics 101. See, I'm a political junkie. I love politics. But at the same time, politics irks the shit out of me.
I know, right? You love it, but then you love to hate it at the same time.
She absolutely did. No, listen, I speak French too, El Ruffian. She did blow her way to the top. Let me tell you something. This chick, there are pictures of her from, oh God, when was it? She participated in the 2016 presidential debate. She was running for president at the time. Okay. Her and Joe Biden went at it like cats and dogs, right? Funny thing though, at the time, somebody had pictures of her drunk
Oh, whoa.
at, yeah, at a fundraiser, drunk at a fundraiser. And she's spreading her legs and dancing and grabbing men by their crotch and shit like that. And this is all pictures, and some video. So video don't lie. You can
No,
Photoshop the picture, but
not
video's
the
pretty
video.
well, and it's not a deep fake, folks. It's real stuff. Yeah. So yeah, she's would it surprise me? No, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. She blew her right to the top. Of course. Look, what skills does she have? She can't have a conversation without laughing. Okay, they call her in Washington. They call her cackling Kamala. Cackling Kamala. Let me get it right. Cackling Kamala is what they call her. Because her laugh is like a fucking cackle.
Like, like something like
Yeah.
that. Something weird.
Do that again. I'm going to throw something at you. Get it.
I can't do that right, but it's so funny. And then I just felt bad for the wrestler, the Kamala, the wrestler, because they had her look like him, and I was like, that's an insult to that wrestler.
The rest of our audience doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. So,
Well,
other
the
than
paint.
wrestling, professional wrestling reference is probably not a good idea.
I know, right? Poor
I
wrestler.
remember that to be well. She did change her. Yes, she sure fuck did. See, El Ruffian, he remembers. He or she remembered. He remember. Oh, that's right. That's a he. We
Yeah, remember
deciphered
he
that.
did.
We
Yes.
deciphered that the last time because I
Yes.
was going. I wasn't sure at the time, but it's a he. And yeah, El Ruffian remembers that. So, but you have to remember something though, and it's important to remember this. At the time, people don't understand the nature of politics. Politics, as they say, politics makes strange bedfellows. Okay, that's an old expression, been around for 100 years. Okay, people are going to do and say whatever they need to do and say to forward their agenda, to get themselves over, to use that term from wrestling, to get over with the crowd. Okay. There's a very, very strong similarity between politics and pro wrestling. That's why Donald Trump loves pro wrestling so much. By the way, he's the only United States president in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Which is
Well,
funny.
have you ever watched that TV show Scandal?
I used to watch it all the time. Yes.
It's just like that TV show Scandal. You have to watch this person's hand to
Used to
get what
come
you want.
on after Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
I used to watch
Yeah.
Grey's all the time.
It's just like that. And I was like, "Ooh, he just got this senator to do this so he could get this bill passed, and he just did this to that." And I was like, "Yep, just like that show." And I was like,
You're
"Oh,
absolutely right, Ruffian. Politics absolutely is
yeah,
show business for ugly people.
yeah, exactly."
I'm going to steal that
He's
one.
a
I
great
fucking
guy,
love that
right?
one. Hey,
That's a
Ruff,
good
I'm
quote.
stealing that one, bro.
Thank you for the quote.
I'm stealing that one. Politics is showbiz for ugly people. We're gonna keep that one.
Yep,
I
that's a
love that.
good quote.
So here's what we know. We know that J.D. Vance served the military honorably, got an honorable discharge.
He's a Marine.
On the other hand, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, claims to have served in the military, but cannot produce any paperwork, nor can the military find anything on him. Oh, and by the way, he has a gold star and a Purple Heart. Where he got them, nobody knows. And people are saying stolen valor.
Yes.
Governor Tim Walz is guilty of stolen valor, which is punishable imprisonment. It's military stolen valor is punishable by imprisonment. So just so you know, it's a real thing. You could go to jail for stealing, for stolen valor, for stealing someone's valor. All right? Because people died for that. People died for those medals. Okay? Where you got them, how you got them. You better think twice there, Tim. You know? Oh, Megan Fox.
Yep.
I know who Megan Fox is. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, because my grandfather went to World War II and got the Purple Heart. So how dare you even say that you have that?
Yeah, well, look, everybody knows my feeling about the military. I'm not a huge advocate of the military complex. I absolutely applaud, I stand firm with the men and women who serve in the military. However, the people they work for are pieces of shit.
Yes.
Okay? The people that serve at the Pentagon and in those ivory towers in Washington, D.C., they are the scum of the earth. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, I'm calling you out. You're dirtbags. You're sending young men and women to do your dirty work so you can look good, and they come back in a box.
Yes.
Okay?
That's the worst.
I know I've had relatives came back in boxes. Okay?
Yes, me too.
Done. Or as the little girl Bailey says, you're done.
That's cute.
You're done. You know who Bailey is.
I've seen that. It says, you're done.
You're done. You're done. Anyway, listen, why don't we take it? It's 7:30 coming up here.
Yes,
let's take a commercial break, and we'll talk a little bit about Donald Trump and the bitch. Okay, talk about it when we get back here. Take a look at this, folks. We'll be right back.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good.
Jess wanted to start a business when something surprising happened.
Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet.
She started crocheting, like a lot. And her friends noticed.
Jess, you need to sell those.
So, she signed up for Shopify and started building her business.
Yes, I love that.
And after a lot of hard work, this happened.
Oh my gosh, I just made my first sale!
You see, every day, hundreds of businesses get their first sale on Shopify.
We got ding!
And the next could be you. So when you're ready to bring your idea to life
and become your own boss,
build it on Shopify.
What's the buzz? Mad Dog Media on WWTF Radio 88.7 on BRS. I am the Mad Dog. She's the Pitbull. In the chat room is El Ruffian, our resident at large. He is our political commentator at large. We love this guy. He just gave me the quote of the night.
Absolutely. I love it.
Absolutely great. Listen to this one, folks. Politics is showbiz for ugly people.
I love it.
The best. I love that. That's great. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you know about Kamala Harris? Seriously.
Other than she's the bitch, like you called her, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, I
know
knew she was an attorney, of course. And whenever she
Well,
goes to talking, she's like starts off this way, and then she goes this way and this way and this way. She doesn't make any sense when she starts talking, of course.
she doesn't now.
Yeah. And at first I thought, okay, well, we're gonna see. She's a female vice president. Let's see how she does. We've never had one before. This is history. Let's see how it goes. Well, it went nowhere. And I know she first started off with Montel Williams.
Can I stop you there?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You just summarized 4 years of Kamala Harris.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Nothing.
4 years. Nothing. The commercials that she's running, you're gonna love this.
Mhm.
The commercials that she's running here in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, the commercials are saying Kamala Harris is tough on the border. She went to the Texas border. I have the film. I'm going to show it when the election comes.
Yes.
I have the film. She spent an hour laughing at reporters.
Yes.
An hour press conference laughing at reporters. You think I'm kidding? Go look. It's on YouTube. It's on Fox. It's on MSNBC,
I think it's even
CNN.
on TikTok too. I
Go
think.
get it. It's on TikTok.
Mhm.
But if you want to look at credible information, go to the news. Go to CNN, MSNBC, Fox, ABC, Reuters. Check them all out.
Yeah.
Associated Press, UPI. Check them out. She's good at saying hibbity jibbity. Yeah, that's exactly what she's good at. Hibbity jibbity is about
Exactly.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's good at hibbity jibbity.
Yeah.
Because that's about the only language she speaks.
And then she does this with her hands, like this, and she'll start talking. And when she starts doing this, she's not gonna make sense.
You know why? Can I tell you what this is? This is a distraction. People do this when they're trying to think out loud. They do this. And folks, if you think, Mad Dog, you're making shit up. Really? Let me tell you what kind of student of people I am, okay? I watch the fuck out of people, okay? I want you to listen to me very carefully. I'll say this one time and I will never repeat it. I can watch a person one time and know their whole life story. Do you understand? I can do that. Kamala Harris, when she starts playing with her hands like this, she's trying to think on her feet.
Yes.
People who have nothing to say, who can't come up with an intellectual thought, they start doing this as a distraction. Because when somebody starts doing this with their hands, what are you going to do? You're going to look at them.
Yeah, you're going to start looking at her doing this more than anything.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And while you're looking at her, she's trying to think of what she's going to say next. It's simple psychology, body language. What do you know about her?
Basically, I know that she first started out with Montel Williams. That's how she got introduced into the world.
And I like to bitch slap Montel Williams right now.
And he was one of his, like you say, girls, if you might say. That's how she first started out. And
yeah, I know how she started out.
Yeah, she wasn't very popular as like an attorney. She was more of a slut kind of thing, if you want to know what I mean.
You were trying to say Kamala Harris was a slut?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, that's pretty much what he used her for, is to get probably guest on the show.
That's why he's been divorced 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. And come on my show, here's Kamala, blah, blah, blah. And of course, she would say, yeah, hi, whatever. And basically, that's how she got her start. And of course, being an attorney and all. And I've never heard of any of her
about Montel Williams, okay? He left the air under the excuse that he was sick and was taking time off.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
That was a lot of bullshit. It was a big bunch of bullshit. Montel Williams was told he had 2 choices: be fired or turn in your resignation, because he was having sexual relations with interns on his show. interns, by the way, that were not keeping their mouths shut.
Nope.
And were going to the prosecutors and the police and naming what he did and when he did it and blah, 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 and all this other shit. Okay. That's why you haven't seen Montel Williams. Sparingly and rarely do you see him. Okay. There's a reason for that. He's not very well liked.
No.
He's really not. I used to watch his show.
Yeah, me too. I used to watch it all the time.
All the time. All the time. I watched Montel all the time. I thought he had a great show.
Me too. And
But
then
the problem was the little head did more thinking than the big head.
Yes.
Yep. And that's where he got into trouble. Let me tell you what I know about Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be fair here. All right. I really am. I know that she's a prosecutor. I know she was a fairly decent prosecutor. People in California swear by her. They say that she was hard on crime, particularly drug dealers. They say that she was an advocate for family rights. If that's the case, I absolutely applaud her. I wish and hope and believe that if she is elected, that she will not forget what she used to be and not sell her soul out, because that's the biggest problem when somebody becomes president. They make a deal with the devil, they sell their soul, and you never hear the campaign promises again.
No, you don't. You don't.
You know? Somebody said, the devil lives in hell. No, the devil lives in the White House.
Yes.
Okay? The devil lives in the White House and the Vatican and the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Okay? And I challenge anybody to disprove me. That's an open challenge anywhere in the world. I don't care what country you are listening to this. I challenge you. Prove me wrong. You can't do it. You can't. Why? Because I'm the mad dog, baby. I'm the mad dog. What are you laughing at?
No, I'm just ready for somebody to challenge you, say something to you.
Getting ready to bust the gut laughing.
I'm ready to say, come on. Yeah, say something to Mad Dog. Let's see what happens.
Yep, not surprised. Yeah, either were we, brother. Let me tell you something. Either were we. And I want to talk about something because El Ruffian brought something up. It's really important. People's body language does not lie. Your mouth can lie all day long.
Yeah.
But the way your body reacts to the truth and lies is going to give you away every fucking time. Every time. That's why, let me tell you something. The people say, oh, I'll take a polygraph test. I'll take a lie detector test.
Uh-huh.
Take them all day long. Guess what? They're not accurate.
No.
They're not admissible in court. But you know what is admissible in court? Body language expert. You know why? Because the body don't lie. Your mouth can lie, but your body can't. Your body will never lie. It'll always, always fess up. Inappropriate sex in the workplace. That's what Montel Williams was asked to leave his show for. He had a choice, get fired or resign. So he came out with, I'm going to take some time off because I'm sick and blah, 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 blah. Oh, he was sick already. He had to get some therapy, counseling. Because, and I'm going to get graphic for a little bit, folks. But his dick was controlling his whole life. Okay? Montel Williams was a sex addict. And he had to go to counseling for sex addiction. And we're not making that up.
No, we're not.
We are not making that up. He had to go for counseling for sex addiction. You can't make this shit up. Folks, I'm going to tell you, you can't make this up. We are going to do one more commercial break. Amelia's favorite spot of all of our commercials. I'll tell you who really liked this. Will Keck loved this.
I liked his version
Monday
of
night.
it.
I think Amelia liked the commercial because Will was taking his clothes off.
I liked his version of that commercial.
Yeah, our guest Will Keck, columnist for Entertainment Weekly and the National Enquirer, was here.
He had me going like this, like, whoo.
And Amelia was like, woo. And then she found out Will was gay and she didn't
It
care.
didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was like, whoo.
We'll be right back after Manscaped. Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code WrestlingFuture for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. I'm the Mad Dog. She's the Pitbull, and this is What's the Buzz, America's Best Popcast, talking about the vice presidential candidates. It's election season, folks. Yes, it is. I wish it weren't, but at least it gives us something to talk about,
right?
And people to make fun of. By God, and Lord knows we love making fun of people, especially politicians, because politicians are people who can't get jobs doing anything else but lying.
Yeah.
And have you noticed that most of them, almost all of them are lawyers, which is a scary thought. Think about all these out of work lawyers getting elected for like Congress and the Senate. And I think to myself, no wonder the legal system is so fucked
They're
up.
like, if I
Look
can't
who's
have
making the laws.
right?
Disgruntled lawyers are making the fucking laws.
Right. They're like, if I can't have my own practice or join in a practice, I should just get into politics.
Do you know that we've had this election will be 46, that will be
47?
the 47th presidential election.
Wow.
The 47th presidential election in the history of the United States. Do you know in all of that time, only 5 people that held that office were not lawyers?
Wow.
Yep. Only 5 of them were not lawyers. John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, Grover Cleveland, and Warren Harding.
Wow.
Everyone else was a lawyer. Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Bill Clinton was a lawyer. Right? Richard Nixon was a lawyer. You can't. Lyndon Johnson, President Johnson, was a lawyer. They all went to law school. They were all lawyers, quote unquote lawyers. They look. You go to law school, you're a lawyer,
right?
You know.
The only scary part about Kamala becoming president is her opening up the borders and letting who knows what in this country. Because
opening up the borders haven't been closed yet. What are you talking about?
I mean, opening them up more, because think about everybody that can.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, please. The borders are wide open. There is no obstruction. They don't have enough people to keep up with the people that are coming over now.
My goodness.
Do you realize they're coming over in 5,000 and 10,000 at a time?
My goodness, that's horrible.
There's nobody left in Mexico. Do you understand what we're saying?
So everybody's
I'm serious. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is going to be called the United States of Mexico, okay? Because
Or
they're
of
all here
anything.
now. There's nobody in Mexico. Who's running the country? You know, Don Pablo?
Yeah, who
Who the
knows,
fuck
right?
is running the country? Don
It's not gonna
Tequila?
be.
You know?
It's ridiculous because
The
it's like,
fucking president of Taco Bell?
yeah, you
That's
never
who's
know.
running Mexico. There's no one there, Neil.
Mm.
The border is wide open. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Why do you think that every single time a crime is committed by an illegal, undocumented immigrant, people go ape shit? Because they're walking right through.
Yeah.
They're dredging the Rio Grande River, going from Mexico to Texas. It's a short run.
It is very, because I've been
It's a
there.
short run.
I've been there by
And
there.
it's very narrow.
Very.
And it's not very deep at all. It's
No.
about 3 foot deep. People don't understand the Rio Grande River.
Hmm.
They may as well call it the Rio Grande Creek.
Yeah, it is because it's not
very
deep
deep
at all.
at all.
No.
You know, little kids are walking through it.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. So let me throw a hypothetical, okay?
Hmm.
So the election happens tomorrow, okay? You got a choice between Donald Trump and J.D. Vance or Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. What are you making your decision on first? What are you making your decision on?
I will, of course, everything that Donald Trump's done in advance, because, well, see, I am going to be going for Trump because of what he did for us when he was president first. Because when we had Hurricane Irma here in Florida, him and his wife came down, and lines and lines and lines of cars came and he stood there for hours giving us groceries or whatever we needed and handed it to us right there.
Okay, so can I capsulize it then? So you're gonna lend your vote support to Trump because he showed hands on.
Empathy.
He was hands
and,
on.
Yeah, empathy.
He was
and
hands on.
strength.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now, what would it take for you to swing your support to Kamala Harris and Tim Walz? What would she have to do between today and November the 5th to change your mind? What single thing would she have to do where you could say, I could give her my vote?
Close the borders, start showing more support toward women, start showing that it's okay for women to have abortions no matter what case, not give until like the baby is born, or let the women decide that it's okay to abort, not, anything like that, as far as start showing more empathy toward anybody, basically. And
Okay, so one of the things that you said is resonating with women. There are a great number of women who don't believe that Kamala Harris is an advocate of women's rights.
exactly.
The other thing is that you say is concerning to me as a voter. It's also concerning to me as a Christian because, and not so much as a Christian, but from a moral standpoint, because I believe that life begins at conception.
Yes.
But I also believe that there are justifiable reasons for an abortion to take place.
Exactly.
There's no question about that. There are reasons that, for if the mother is in danger, if the child's in danger,
Or if she's been raped, or if it's,
well, and that's not necessarily, I would not necessarily rule that out because there are women who have kept the child.
Yeah.
In cases of rape and incest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a justifiable reason because there is precedent there is legal precedent for keeping a child that's been conceived through rape and or incest.
Yes.
So that's a whole that Amelia that's a whole nother show for you and me.
Yeah, and I
You know?
have family that has
for real.
gone through, and I can tell you about that because that is another show we can discuss.
Oh yeah, well we're not going to we can't go down that rabbit hole right now because we'll
And
be here till tomorrow talking
and
about it.
so that it depends really on the woman. Let's just say it's a woman to decide.
Oh God, sure.
And my main thing is if she was to change our mind on the borders. That's the main thing. Quit letting those
Can I
damn
tell you?
illegal
I agree
people
with
here.
you. I agree
Please.
with you. I'll tell you. I said it the other night. I was all prepared. I was all prepared to vote for Donald Trump and lend my support for Donald Trump. I'm not so sure now because I'm seeing a lot of things being said on both sides, by the way, Democrat and Republican. But the one person that makes more sense to me than both of them is the third guy. The third guy who we haven't even talked about yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Does anybody know who the third guy is?
No.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Ah, you know what I heard though about him?
Tell me, what did you hear?
I heard that he might be one dropping out.
Well, whether he drops out or not, he does not have the votes or the delegates to carry the convention. But the thing that he's got going for him, he's a Kennedy.
Yeah.
He's got his name going for him.
Yeah, he could win if he does decide to run. With a lot of heavy hitters.
I love El Ruffian. I love this guy. I would love to have him on the show. I feel like the game just comes down to getting screwed in the front by Republicans or getting screwed from behind by Democrats. It's just a matter of, do you want to see it or not? Well, if I'm getting fucked, I want to see who's doing it.
Too bad he's not up here with us in a screen.
But then again, on the other hand, if you're getting screwed from behind and you're enjoying it, maybe you're better off not looking. Anyway, you see, look, this conversation it went right into the toilet in the perfect manner, though. Ruffian, you took us home, brother. I think that's brilliant. That's brilliant. All right, well, listen. That was, I mean, it was really, we got some stuff done tonight.
Yeah.
We got some stuff done tonight. So let's talk about this. We are going to have a live election night play-by-play. The Pitbull and I will be here election night from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock. I'm sorry. From 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we're going to go over the election results with you as they come in.
Yes.
Hopefully by 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, we will know who the next president.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll know who the next president of the United States will be. And we'll either celebrate together or Amelia will be cussing up a storm and putting dollars in that swear jar. In which case,
we'll probably need one.
Yeah, well, you know, listen, I'm going to bring the swear jar to the show. And every time you F-bomb, I'm going to put $1 in it. That'll be Amelia's swear jar. And whatever money we have in that swear jar, I get to buy me some ice cream. And my wife Anita's going, fucking stay away from the ice cream.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, I love me some ice cream. Well, listen, next week we have a couple of really good guests. We have, on Monday, we have a father and son on the show who didn't know that they were father and son. And I know both of these guys too.
And it took how long to get him on our show?
A year.
Wow.
It took them a year to get him on the show. It took them 30 years to find each other.
That's amazing.
30 years to find each other. In fact, my friend Jay, who's going to be here with his biological father, found out it was his father on vacation.
That's amazing.
And he showed me the picture. I went, oh my God, Jay, this guy's he looks like your twin. He looks like your twin. I went, holy shit, are you fucking kidding me?
Mm.
You never seen a father and son that look so much alike. But 30 years, they never even knew each other. It's remarkable.
Wow.
A remarkable story of finding each other. And then you're going to hear Dean, his father, Dean, talk about his life, how his life started. It was the same way.
Oh, my goodness.
It was the same way. He had a sister he never knew he had. Took him 50 years to find his sister.
Wow.
50 years to find his sister. Remarkable. I'm not going to give it away. There's a lot there.
Oh, yeah.
On Tuesday, we will have the director, writer, and producer of The Golden Girls, Golden Palace, Charles in Charge, Laverne and Shirley. God, I mean, you name a TV show, he probably either wrote it, produced it, or directed it. Mark Sodkin will be here. He's a good friend of our show. We love having him here. He's funny as shit, too. He's a funny guy.
Don't you have an earlier show that day as well, though?
Yeah, I have a morning show that we're going to air later that week with Doug Cates. Doug is an up-and-coming, aspiring musician, full-time musician who gave up a full-time job as a teacher. He gave up a $50,000 a year job as a teacher to play music.
Wow, that's amazing.
To play music. Remarkable. It's a remarkable story of a guy who said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to follow my dream. I don't care what it costs. And now it's actually paying dividends for him. It's starting to pay off.
You go on vacation.
On Wednesday night, we have a young man named Gunnar Pope. He'll be here with his mother because Gunnar I think he's still a minor. And his mother is going to be here. I'm in the process of helping them with their management and getting them. They got involved with somebody that you and I both know, Amelia. That was not so good for them.
Oh no,
the same guy that tried to screw over our friend Eddie Deason.
Oh no, not him.
Him. Yeah, him. Yep, the proverbial him.
Oh dear Lord.
Yep. Steve Joyner.
And then you go on vacation.
Call him out, Steve Joyner.
You go on vacation and you do all this. Right?
Hey, look, you got to go on vacation. You got to work.
Yeah.
Working vacation.
Yep.
But I had a good time. And we'll be here joined by Gunnar Pope. Aspiring, he wants to be in show business. He wants to be an actor and a fashion model, and he wants to do stuff and become famous and whatever the hell you got to do to be famous. We'll find out what Gunnar Pope is willing to do to be famous. We'll find out. You know, some people will do anything for fame. Not me. I'm too ugly. I know my limitations. I'm too ugly and I'm too old.
Nah, you're never too old and you're not ugly, but you got that great voice. So
the only thing I have going for me is my golden plate. Ah, man. I'll tell you who we got to get back on the show. Speaking of voices, Stephen Plim. I got to get Steve Plim back on.
We got to get him to talk, though.
Oh, Plim?
Yeah.
If I can get him to stay sober, it'd be great. Might actually be a good show.
Right.
Well, folks, on behalf of Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the MadDog The Pitbull. It's been another week in the books. We will see you, God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you next week for more episodes and the continuing saga of the Mad Dog and the Pitbull on As the Stomach Turns.
Mad
Get out
Dog
of here.
Media.
Go have fun. We'll see you. God bless everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.